The player who starts or goes first is dependent on what stage the hand is being played. Poker is fun, but when you're new to the game, the rules seem quite confusing, especially the order of the play. I remember when I was starting off, I used to think the player who made the last bet is also the one who would be starting the next round. So who is supposed to play their turn first in the game? To answer the question, you first need to know three important positions on the table. The first is the dealer. To identify this position, look for the player that has this kind of circular chip in front of them. The chip generally has the word dealer written on it, but it may vary depending upon where you play. To the left of the dealer are the blinds. The immediate left position is called the small blind, and the position next to that is the big blind. Now that you're familiar with all the three positions, it's time to learn who plays first. The player who starts or goes first is dependent on what stage the hand is being played. In the first betting round that starts just after dealing of the cards, the player sitting left to the big blind plays first. This is also the third player to the left of the dealer. Starting with the second betting round, it's always the turn of the first player to the left of the dealer who is still in the game. That is, they have not folded. One shortcut to find this player is, if the small blind is still in the game, it's always their turn first. Thereafter, the order stays the same for all the remaining betting rounds. Now, if you're playing heads up, that is, if you're playing a two-player game, the order of the play is a bit different. Before I tell you more about that, if you find the video helpful, please hit the like button. Now, for a two-player game, the dealer goes first during the first betting round. An easy way to remember this is that big blind always goes last in the first betting round. Starting with the second betting round, the big blind will always be the first to act. That might have been a lot to take for some of you. Let's just summarize what we learned. The player who plays first is dependent on the ongoing betting round. In the first betting round, the player sitting next to the big blind in the clockwise direction plays first. For all remaining betting rounds, it's the turn of the first player to the left of the dealer who is still in the game. For the two-player game, the dealer goes first in the first betting round. And starting with the remaining betting rounds, it is the big blind who will act first. Other than the order of the play, if you still find the game confusing, then this video will help you understand the game better. The stage is in the...